Hi, this is Jordan, and welcome to the story of how I almost died. I almost fell off this roof, and I'm not kidding. It was very, well, I almost died. That's me. This video is sponsored by Ethos. Alright, let's tell the story. Does this look like clickbait to you? Does that look like clickbait to you? Let's remember this moment, this terrifying moment. So, I got a new roof. In case you didn't know, my old roof used to be red, classic red metal roof with the screws, millions of screws all throughout it. It's a really dumb design, because if one of those washers, like those little rubber washers, goes bad, then you start to get leaks, and when a lot of them go bad, we had leak problems for so long, and there's hail damage. It was just... So we decided to get this nice new standing seam metal roof, and standing seam is basically where none of the screws are visible. It's just kind of like interlocking pieces. There's no way for water to get in. So, you know, I've never gotten a new roof. This is a whole big thing. What's this gonna be like? How is it gonna be done? You know. So I'm a little nervous about it. It's one of the first like major purchases. I mean, this was expensive. So after the entire thing is finished being built, rain comes, and lo and behold, it's leaking. What the heck? What's going on? I've spent countless thousands of dollars, and there's still water coming into the house. God help us. So it turns out that when you have a chimney in the middle of a house, that is not very good for water. Before, there was no cap on top of this, so water would just pelt the top of the chimney, soak with water, and then it just start literally pouring into the house. So this is a problem. I mean, it's like, is there like water damage? Like, what's going on, you know? You get this nice roof, all this nice plywood, and is it ruined? This was a huge stress. So what we decided to do was to seal the entire chimney with the special spray-on seal, and you like kind of brush it on or whatever, and then put this cap on top. That way nothing can come in. Water hits the top of the cap, goes off the side, never really touches the stonework. So I come up here with the guy who's sealing the chimney, and he is putting out a tarp so that the spray doesn't get on the nice new metal, which can do bad things to it. It was a little dewy that day. Most days on the ridge it's dewy. Like it's completely covered in water. This roof is constantly, and it is like ice. It's a slip and slide. That is the definition of this roof when it's wet. They actually make these special magnetic shoes that you can stand on roofs so you don't like slip and slide. But I don't have these shoes. You know, I am a athletic enough person. I know where I'm standing. I know the angle. I know how to balance myself. I'm not gonna fall off of this roof. Well, I was athletic, actually. I did not plan on what happened to happen. It wasn't my fault. Now, this is not the first time that I've had a close call on this roof. No, I've had a like 30-foot ladder up here and turned around and almost fell, and that's the whole other thing. But every time that I have a close call, I think, why don't I have life insurance? For the past 2 years, I keep telling my wife, Sarah, that I am going to get life insurance this year, because I know that each year you don't, the rates go up about 8 to 10%, and I want to lock in a good price now. But then I never actually get a price because I never look. So it was a sign from God when a company called Ethos actually reached out to me, emailed me, and about this very topic, and wanted me to try their service, and if I liked it, to then share it with you guys. They told me that I'm slipping on this roof now. They told me that they make buying life insurance really easy. So I actually went ahead and did it, and I am really glad that I did. I always thought that buying life insurance was going to be really confusing, time-consuming, and expensive, but by Ethos focusing on creating a seamless customer experience and a 100% online application process with no medical exams or blood tests, they had me covered in minutes. And it was way cheaper than I thought it would be. Basically, for the price of a dinner, I had peace of mind, not just for me, but for my family. And Ethos can do the same for you too. You just answer a few health questions online. And honestly, not only was it extremely relieving when it was all said and done, but also it was actually kind of fun. If you are the primary earner for your family, a life insurance policy can provide income replacement in case something were to happen to you. A term policy can be customized to give you coverage through your peak earning years. Log in your rate now like I did. The sooner that you buy life insurance, the more affordable it's likely to be. If you're interested in learning more about Ethos or in getting your free life insurance quote, click my link down below. They somehow managed to make buying life insurance fun. You will not regret it. Okay, so we've got the tarp down. It's all nicely covered. Nothing's gonna get on it, you know, the most important thing. And for some reason, the next choice that the roofer made almost ended me. With my ability, you know, I'm like, I'm not gonna fall. He's got those shoes, the special shoes. He's like all doing it. Well, it turns out the shoes, they don't work if you're not standing on the roof. Spray, 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 spray. Next thing I know, he steps on the tarp, immediately slides, falls down, and starts sliding like a slip and slide down to the 30-foot abyss. Me, you know, I got you, man. You're not gonna die. I'll stop you. Like lightning, I broke the #1 rule in roofing. Well, the #1 rule is don't step on your tarp. The #2 rule is what I just broke. And that is, do not save somebody if they are falling off a roof. You can't save them, you can't stop them, because you will stop them, but you will die in the process. I reach down, stop him, but then he takes me out by me stopping him, and down I go. While I was sliding, it was actually quite fun under different circumstances, but that is beside the point. I mean, it felt like I was going 10 miles an hour, like just boom, sliding, like I'm screwed. But there was something in me that I just like was not scared. I didn't actually believe I was going to fall off the roof, even though everything around me was indicating you are going to hurtle off this thing at a solid 5 miles an hour, and you will have every bone broken in your legs. And you might, if you fall on your head, die. I immediately turned, let me demonstrate this. I immediately fall and turn like this and start dropping like this. Like there's no, what can I grab? There's nothing to grab. I mean, you can kind of grab onto this, but you're done. These were slick as ice. My feet were doing nothing. My body was just, was soap. Everything was going so fast and so slow. I remember so many frames, like a video. I remember the frames. I'm sliding, I'm looking left, I'm looking right. It's very, very high. Is there anything that I can grab onto to stop myself from dying? There was nothing. And then at the last second, I realized I had one hope. I stopped myself by somehow slamming my feet into the gutters. It was the only thing that I could think that would possibly hold and give me even a brief, if this thing ripped off, I was going to then grab onto the gutters somehow to save myself. I was not gonna die this way. Thank God that I had those gutters installed a couple weeks prior, because, well, I didn't have life insurance at that point. So when it was all said and done, like, that was a moment. That was one of the moments that you remember. And somehow I just knew I was not going to die. I knew I was going to be okay. I don't know how I knew that, but maybe that's what I needed to tell myself in order to be able to think clearly enough. Like I just wasn't, I don't know why. Why was I not scared? I was actually able to process and think, like, what are my options as I'm flying down this? What are the options? Are there any? And I came up with the only solution that there was to stop myself. You don't think about how fragile your body is. Like falling completely limp, blunt, bam, onto metal and wood. that leaves a mark. For a solid 2 months after that, my left shoulder like was just like so stiff. And you know those little like bones that you have here and here on your shoulders? This one is permanently like 1/8 of an inch bigger. It's very spiky. Me and the roofer, we never spoke of that moment again. So that's my story. Now I got to get off this roof without falling. So that is how I was saved from plummeting to my death.